welcome back to another tutorial, and this is about how to apply loose glitter to gel and acrylic nails. So the first one we're going to do is just a full nail of fine glitter. I've chosen a gel polish as a base that is fairly similar to the colour of glitter we're using, and I've done a coat of that and then I have top coated it. So grab yourself a little tray. And I use the little scoop from the end of my cuticle pusher just to scoop up the glitter, or you can pour it on if you prefer to. I'm going to take a wet top coat and just do a thin layer of top coat over the top. Don't cure it, and we're going to just pour the glitter on. Now you can see that moving on the nail, and that's the glitter settling into the top coat. So let that just settle for a second. So obviously where the glitter moves in your top coat, you're going to get little gaps, and you're going to want to just keep dusting over that with your glitter. Make sure you get all your edges and right down to the end as well, and just keep dusting over. Do it over your tray so you can grab any excess as well. Give that a tap. So if that's a client's nail, give them a tap on their finger just to take any excess, and then either wipe down the sides or tap the sides just to get any little straggly bits and pieces off. And when you're happy with that, give it a full cure. And obviously you can just decant your excess back into your pot so you don't waste any of that gorgeous glitter. Beautiful. So when that comes out, it's still going to have some loose glitter, and so just make sure you give it a dust or a brush or whatever. You can use quite a harsh brush because it's all cured. So this glitter sugaring technique on gel is for a full cover, and it will have a bit of a texture to it, so it will be quite rough. If clients aren't used to that, just make them aware of that first. So that's your basic application. So if you're using a multicolored glitter like this one, you're going to want to choose a base colour that is similar to one of the colours of the glitter. So I've chosen this blue, which is similar to the blue flakes in the glitter, but you could equally just use the pink, and that would be fine as well. Or if you were doing a complementing set, you could potentially even do black, or if you were using white in the set, you could do white. But just beware that obviously if the glitter doesn't cover the full nail, then you're going to have gaps, and whatever colour is underneath is going to show through. So I would always use a complementing colour just to give your nail a bit more of a coverage. So again, I've just sprinkled that over into wet top coat, and I'm tapping the nail. Now with this multi-sized glitter, I'm just really gently patting the glitter down, and that makes sure that any of those bigger chunks just lay slightly flatter, because glitter, these bigger chunks will want to stand up on end. And once they are cured and they're going to be really spiky, and people are going to get them caught in their hair, in their clothes. They're going to always have fluff. So when they come out from cure, make sure you really give them a good dust to get all of the excess glitter off. That is completely solid. And give that a tap, and it's mostly laid flat, but again you will have texture. So you can see there that the edges are slightly uncovered, but that's fine because you've got the complementing layer. So this sort of glitter, you want it to lay totally flat because you want that line of light in the holographic pieces. So this nail I've prepped with black gel polish, and I haven't done a top coat. It has a tacky layer, so I'm just pouring the glitter over the top, and again you could put it in use a scoop or whatever, and I'm just going to gently make sure all of that's covered. Now this glitter we're going to tap on, and then we're going to rub it, and this is called burnishing. So we're going to rub this glitter straight in to the tacky layer and press it down and rub it in. If you have any bits missing, you can pick up a bit of glitter and then just push it into the tacky layer. So you want to rub it flat, so it is totally flat. You can use your finger with a glove obviously, or you can use like I am doing here with a silicone tool, just to get it really smooth. I'm just going to go all the way over. I'm just picking some extra up because I had some gaps, a few little gaps at the edges, I want to make sure everything's covered because this is such beautiful glitter. So give that a dust, and obviously it doesn't need curing because you've put it into a tacky layer, but you might have some gaps. So what I would recommend with this type of glitter is applying a thin layer of base coat over the top, and this will seal in your first layer of glitter for a start. Make sure you get all of the edges as well and everything completely covered. Make sure that you check your brush. Look at those pieces of glitter hiding in the brush, right? Give that a wipe before you put it back in the bottle, and then give that a cure. So then you'll have a cured layer of base, which is sealed in the layer below, and the base coat has a tacky layer. So you're going to go over and do exactly the same thing this time. Push that back into the tacky layer, as we're just going to tap, 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 tap. And then you're going to burnish, so rub it. And you can see the difference there where I've rubbed as to where it's not rubbed. You see the line of light, and as to where it's not been rubbed in. Now you don't have to rub it in. If you want that textured effect, you can leave it, and that's absolutely fine. But I would recommend then sprinkling it into wet top coat as we did before, and not into a tacky layer because it won't set. Okay, so when you're happy with that, and that looks pretty good, make sure you've got all your edges and just tap into any sticky edges that you might have left. Make sure that you give it a dust to take all of your excess off. Lovely, lovely. That's looking really nice. And you can do this with any glitter to burnish it into the tacky layer. Add another coat of base coat. Now this is just to even it out because the top of this glitter, although it's laying flat, it will have a slightly textured effect. I just wanted to show you this glitter in the tray, what was in the bottom of it, because it's so beautiful. Look at that. Oh my god, gorgeous. Anyway, right, stop playing, Lisa, you've got stuff to do. Right, so you can see even there, if you look really closely at the line of light, although it's much smoother, there is still a slightly textured effect where you can see the grains of glitter. So that layer of base coat will help to smooth and even underneath your top coat. So pop your top coat over that one, and that will just smooth everything out completely. So not only will your clients have really gorgeous glitter laying beautifully flat, but they'll also have a super shiny, super smooth finish. Give that a cure, and then we can have a look at it in all of its glory. So beautiful. So that is where you look at the line of light there, that is much, much smoother, much more finished, much more professional. Gorgeous, look at that. And some clients much prefer this method. Some people don't like the texture of sugared glitter, and I get that, I totally get that. And as well, sugaring is really hard to keep clean as well. So this now I'm going to show you how to sugar if you were to paint a design on a nail and then you wanted to use glitter to accent. I've used poolside as my base colour, and I've put a matte top coat on it, so that nail is now finished. I'm using the Wow Bow White Gel Liner brush, which has a brush in the lid which makes nail art super easy, and I'm just going to paint on like this white cuff and some little wiggly lines, which will basically just be some icicles. The time of release of this video is less than a month from Christmas 2020. So I just thought I'd add some icicles on. So I'm just tapping that to take excess off and then going back over. I'm basically sprinkling this white glitter into the wet gel. Okay, so the glitter will completely cover the gel, and you're going to cure that and then dust off the excess, and this is what you'll be left with, glittery icicles. So the glitter completely covers the gel. You haven't got to worry that there's going to be any tacky layer. That will be absolutely fine. Another design or another way that you could do it is using clear acrylic powder. So I've base coated this now with Classy Lady, which is a beautiful pink from Wow Bao. They also do this in acrylic as well, which is a gorgeous pink, and I'm going to use this bright pink glitter, so it is slightly different, or a lot different, all the different. So look, this is my editing magic. I've decanted, and I've got some glitter ready to go as well. So I don't know what I was showing you my finger for. Right, Crystal Clear, which is the clear acrylic powder from Wow Bao. So we're going to do like a multi-textured sugaring effect. I've grabbed my 9mm liner brush from the Wow Bao liner set, which is my favourite. I don't know why I'm mixing them. I think they're the same colour. And I'm just going to sketch out a heart shape on the nail. Here we go, that's better. Very cute little heart shape. Make sure he's all even. And then while this gel is still wet, we're going to use our scoop, clean scoop, and we're going to dust that wet gel. Well, there's Frank in the background. Frank, uffing at the next door's dog. Right. We're going to use the clear acrylic to sprinkle over this wet gel. Now, this clear acrylic isn't going to change the colour of the gel that we've just painted on, but it will give it a textured effect. So we're just going to sprinkle that over until you can't see any wet areas at all. You're going to give it a tap above, just take the excess off. Don't touch the gel though, because it's obviously still wet. Put it in for a full cure, and then you're going to want to dust off all of the excess. So what we've got is a kind of sweater nails effect, and there is another video as a tutorial on sweater nails. So you can see the difference between the shiny and the matte. I'm going to then go around the outside of this, leaving a gap, drawing another heart, just as a different design, something slightly different to do. And I'm going to go all the way around, and it goes off the edge of the nail, which I think really sometimes looks really cute going right off the edge of the nail. Or you could go inside of that heart if you wanted to keep it all on the nail as well. And while that's wet, we're going to sprinkle on our super bright pink glitter, and I think this one is called Barbie. I can't remember where I got it from. It was just a random pot in my glitter pot box. So here we go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Look at me getting it everywhere. Ideal, because obviously you just want to waste all your glitter. Don't waste your glitter. Glitter is like, it's so beautiful. Right, make sure you've got it all covered. Give it a tap above where you're working. Give that a full cure, and then give it a really good dust. Really good dust. So then you've got like a multi-effect nail with sugaring and using glitter application. I really like the way that these look. It gives it a textured effect. See, that glitter gets everywhere. Look, I'm just going to be wiping it forever. Right, okay, so staying with gel for the moment. A different application method that I have used in the past is using a fine glitter, and this mostly really works with fine glitter, and mixing it with a bit of base coat. So in essence, what you're really doing here, and what I'm going to show you, is making our own glitter gel polish. So I'm just mixing this glitter, and I'm using the end of the cuticle pusher just to mix the glitter into the gel. And what you want to do is make a gel that is not as thick as a paste. So you can see here I'm just adding a bit more of the base gel, and you don't want it really runny, because you want that glitter to be on the nail and stay on the nail, but you don't want it to be a paste where you're having to really sort of push the product flat. And it does need to cure as well, so it needs to be a reasonable consistency, but have a play with it and see how you get on anyway with this method. So I'm just using like a standard flat gel brush, and I'm just painting it on, really, as you can see. Try and keep it as flat as possible. I'm ombreing it down the nail, and the base of this is just black gel polish with a matte top coat that I could just paint over the top of, and it would be a prepped surface. So I'm just scooping the gel off the palette, and I'm patting it around and getting it where I want. And there's nothing to say that you can't do more than one layer of this. I was just trying to be quick and lazy and doing it in one go. So you can move it around the nail wherever you want. It doesn't have to be done in like individual strokes. And once you've done that, give it a completely full cure in your lamp for whatever your base coat is for your lamp. And then I'm going to give that a layer of base coat over the top. Now that will seal it in, and it will help to smooth the surface, because especially if you're doing an ombre, it's going to be slightly bumpy. And then once that's fully cured, I'm going to give that a decent layer of top coat as well. Make sure you wipe your edges to keep your shape all crisp and clean. I'm going to give that a full cure as well. So there we go, that's what we finish with. And I can see bits of holographic glitter in there that don't belong in there. They're off my glove probably, or the desk, or the fluffy brush, or God knows what, because that holographic glitter gets everywhere. So yeah, here we go. So that's just another way of applying loose glitter that you might have. And this does work well with fine glitter. I wouldn't recommend really doing a lot of this with chunky glitter. You could give it a go. If it's just a few pieces, that would probably be fine. But yeah, it has quite a nice little effect to it. So we're going to move on to acrylic application with glitter. And the little pot at the bottom is glitter, and the big pot at the top is clear. Now this pot here is clear, and that glitter already mixed together. So what I've done is just taken a spare jar and put a load of clear acrylic into it, poured some of the glitter into it, mixed it up, and had a play until I'm happy with the glitter mix ratio, if you like. But I'm going to show you the difference, not that there really is any in my opinion, of pre-mixing them or applying it glitter and clear acrylic. So I've got two tips that I've both painted white and put matte top coat on, and they're going to be my base for this little experiment. And here comes the fancy dish with my monomer. I do love a fancy dish. Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it? Fancy dish lovers. And I'm using my Wow Bow size 12 pure Kolinsky brush, which I love. Just slightly wetting the nail there with monomer. And I'm going into the pre-mix. So you can see there that that is acrylic. It is clear with glitter, fine glitter, just mixed in, and I've done that absolutely myself. I'm just walking that down the nail, tucking my sides in, just patting and pressing. Don't oversaturate your clear with glitter, because you still need your clear acrylic to work as an acrylic. You don't want to have basically all glitter and no product in there, because then it's just not going to work, or it's going to crumble, or it's not going to work. So make sure that you keep testing it as you're adding glitter. Test it onto a bit of paper or a tip or whatever, just to make sure that you're happy with your ratio, but also that it still works properly. So there we go. And this would need clear capping in my view as well. Although you're using clear, which should be for your brand, and it is for Wow Bow, strength powder, you would still want to clear cap that, just to make sure that you're not filing any of your glitter, and that you're preserving your product as well. And just to add an extra layer of strength, because glitter can obviously like if you've used loads of it, it can compromise integrity. So the other way to do it is to go into your clear and then tap into your glitter and apply it onto the nail this way. So you're literally mixing those on the nail as you're applying it. So we're just walking that down the nail. And then if you want to add some more, you're just going to dip back in to your clear acrylic, pick up a bead, smallish bead. There we go. And you're going to dip that wet bead into your raw glitter, and you're going to pop it onto the nail, and you're going to work that bead down the nail or across the nail or up the nail or wherever you're working it. And actually it's yeah, it's much of a much. It really depends whether you want lots of pots of pre-mixed glitter or not. And in this case, this is one that I do use really regularly, which is why I've pre-mixed it. And you know, that just sits in my drawer because it's unlabeled. But the amount of brands, especially now that I'm with Wellbow, the amount of glitters, pre-mixed acrylic glitters that they do, I don't really need to do this anymore, and I don't really have any call for additional. But the point of this video is to know how to do it. So I do have the odd client that will bring me a pot of glitter or a little sachet of glitter and say, can you put this into my nail? Or into my set of nails. So it is definitely worth learning these techniques as well, because you never know, you might get the odd one that brings you something and goes, put this in my nail. You're like, oh, okay, all right. So yeah, there's a bit of faffing going on there, and again I would definitely clear cap that as well, just to make sure that you have got it all. You see, there's another bit of holographic glitter in the middle of that nail. I've obviously done nothing about. I've seen it and gone, oh yeah, we'll just leave that in there. So they do create similar but slightly different effects, but I mean, I don't think you can really tell which one was which if I was to show anybody. It's really just personal preference. These have both been top coated at this point. I didn't clear cap them because I'm cheap and I'm lazy. Right, so it's just for demonstration purposes, but they both look beautiful. And obviously white glitter was the best choice to show you because you can see that really well. Anyway, so what happens if you're applying really chunky cut or multi-cut glitter onto a nail with acrylic? So my advice would be to get some matching fine glitter, which is what I was just showing you. I'm just showing you the different multi-cuts of this one. This is a really gorgeous glitter. Again, I don't know what it's called or where it's from. I've got about 300 pots of these glitters, maybe some more. I'm just showing you my blue tack with all my glitter in it. Yay! So I don't know where it's from or what it's called. I'm just showing you for demonstration purposes. So I'm going in with my bead of clear and my fine glitter, and I'm basically, where in the beginning we did a whole nail of sugared glitter and we put a gel base coat underneath to cover up any gaps, we're doing the same here with a little bit of acrylic and a bit of fine glitter that matches to cover any gaps that this chunky glitter might leave. So you want to get up around the cuticle area, you want to get into where your side walls are going to be, right down to the very end as well at your free edge, because chunky glitters notoriously leave massive gaps because they're like that. So then once you've done your base, you want to get in with that chunk. Oh, I love that, look at it, and apply that on the nail using your clear, and then you can take some time just to push that around the nail and into all the gaps, but you don't need to worry about complete coverage because you've done that base underneath as well. So take your time to just go across, brush over, try and lay everything as flat as you possibly can. And you can see I'm just brushing everything down, banging the camera, getting my edges sorted, and then I'm just trying to lay it flat as well. And I would definitely clear cap that. You need to make sure that that is completely clear capped. So I haven't clear capped it because I'm lazy, but I have top coated it, and you can see that actually there are no gaps there, and that technique works absolutely fine. Have a play, see how you get on. Hopefully this video has been helpful for you as well, in different application methods. If you know any different application methods for loose glitter, then give me a shout, put the comment below, that would be perfect. And yeah, hopefully this has helped somebody. Let me know what you want to see in any other upcoming videos. I've just done a little like action shot here. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have enjoyed making it. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next video. Bye.